Esteemed audience, you will easily understand if I begin my short address to you in my very imperfect English by addressing my warm thanks.
Thirsty Thun, an apolitical one. Thank you for watching, my esteemed visitors, and thank you Trotsky for introducing us. But what should we look at first? What about something absolutely mind-blowing?
Do you wanna make a frost man? Blue, raspberry, blue. Come on, I'm caffeine free. With me, I know you want to.
Thank you, Cat Tinsley. Why you're in a 7-Eleven making a Frostman in a pandemic, I'd like to know. The Frostman was not wearing a mask. However, in safe quarantine, Knox shows us how to naked bullfight.
I call it naked bullfighting. What do you call it? You don't know? Alright, well give him a thumbs up. Say subscribe.
Subscribe.
Share.
Share.
Like.
Like.
Alright, let's go. Alright, ready? Wait. Everybody do a walk.
Now for a joke from Hillbillies In The Holler via the Green Wizard. Copying, I know, but subscribe all of these channels.
Hi guys, Red here from Hillbillies In The Holler, and I just wanted to let you in on a little bit of something. There are other stuff going on in the world right now beside that COVID-19. As a matter of fact, up there in Massachusetts, there's a scientist got up there, and he thought there might have been the avian bird flu going on, another pandemic right there, but apparently it was not, which is a good thing. We don't need no more of that. It was actually, there's crows up there. There's about 200 of them they found on the side of the road, and they was getting hit by vehicles. Believe it or not, 200 crows are getting hit by vehicles. So he started to do a little research as to what would be causing these crows to get hit, right? So he started to notice and doing a little research that about 95% of them was getting hit by trucks is what it was. Because when the crows is eating roadkill, they got them a lookout up there in the tree. Now that lookout will let them know when somebody's a coming, they'll go, car, car. But apparently they can't say truck.
Car, car. Another person who has difficulty speaking other than me is actually another Canadian. But first, I have to warn you, there is actually a clear and present danger presented by Canadians, and President Obama has that warning for you.
I don't find Canadians particularly scary.
And now, the Premier Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, as you've never seen him before. Jesus My Vaccine tile, I came across this. Well worth a watch. I'm not sure I'm going to send him any money though.
COVID-19?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did. We wrestle not with flesh and blood. Whatever you do right now, don't you stop tithing. Don't you stop sowing offerings.
COVID-19?
COVID-19! Of course, everybody wants to know what Olive and Mabel have been up to, and they've been still battling for supremacy, and here's a couple of videos, and I do recommend you subscribe to this channel because it's almost definitively going to go viral.
The closing moments of this contest to see who can disgrace themselves more on a walk. Olive dominating early on, eating 3 kilos of grass and upsetting a small child, but Mabel finishing so strongly here, taking herself off to stand in this fetid pond just to please herself. It's not even that warm today, just standing, letting all the unpleasantness soak in. And this might well have shaken Olive, wondering now if she needs to go back and roll in that very poorly squirrel in the trees, which got her shouted at a few moments ago. But she might have to try something, because Mabel is piling on the pressure here, doing nothing at all, and that's the beauty of it. Come on, out you get! There we are, no recognition, no recall whatsoever. A stare that says, I'm doing what I want, and I have zero respect for you. I think there might be a move by Olive, a response to this effort by the youngster. Yes, there it is, joining a rival again. Absolutely no purpose to it, not fetching anything, just wandering round. Synchronised spin, a nice touch. Now both of them wondering how to finish this off. Well, no point in shaking yet, you're still in the water. So there's the hop, beautifully done. And there we are, shaking all over my jeans. Even Olive enjoyed that one. She knows that she can still take it by shaking over the furniture back at home. The tail wag of apology doesn't even mean it. I'll just stare at the trees and think about getting a cat. So into the final minute and Olive in possession, but this is where Mabel is strong, chasing the game, using that intensity. We saw it in the semi-final, staring at a slightly torn cloth rabbit for over 7.5 minutes. And perhaps a few signs of overconfidence from her rival, a bit of showboating. Needs to be careful. And there's the change from the classic hold, still placed on the outside though, great technique. And a glance at the youngster who shows little emotion, but her mind will be empty. 20 seconds to go now. Olive closing in on victory and that coveted prize of being told she's a very good dog. One paw to control and a switch. Now Mabel sensing this might be a chance, still waiting, still believing. And you wonder what Olive is doing here, only has to hold on. Going to the upright though, high tariff with no opposable thumbs, high risk at this stage. And it's gone and Mabel takes it. No mercy from the younger dog, who takes this victory just as time runs out. A famous win built on patience and sheer belief. For Olive, only thoughts of what might have been, but only herself to blame. She's given this one away, and that will hurt most of all. Bad dog.
And how bad is?
COVID-19!
Mexico's installing bleach sprayers to disinfect Americans who cross their border.
See?
An excellent idea. I believe Justin Trudeau is going to install them in the Niagara border. What else is happening in the world? Well, it turns out that Toronto is having a rash of parcel stealing from doorways, from undesirables, and now follows a clip showing how inept our police force is in executing people, but how absolutely brilliant they are at dealing with problems. The bottom line here is, don't steal parcels and don't attack police cars.
I don't find Canadians particularly scary.
Oh.
That it's a black man, and now the police right, exactly. Somebody filmed this. Okay, someone filmed this because it's really bad. Like it's Is she on her own? I think so.
Well, that was fucking wild.
I don't find Canadians particularly scary.
Indeed it was, only in Toronto. The Players Out is one of the greatest preppers in the history of the universe, Tyler from Let's Talk About Prepping, who's decided that gun seizure by the UN is a definite possibility once he's been chipped for the
COVID-19!
So he's decided to build an alternative weapon, and he's actually using a hairspray gun. I think it's well worth us all looking at this and building our own.
Hey guys, you're watching Let's Talk About Prepping. I'm Tyler, your host, and in one of my past videos, I showed you how I made a potato cannon, and we've watched a few videos where I've been testing it out. And yes, I was wearing N95s before it was cool. Now, as you'll have noticed from some of my past videos, I'm not getting quite the projectile speed out of this potato cannon as I wanted, and I've become sure that this is because the pure butane mix that I was using is not aerosolized, and when it's in the potato cannon chamber, it settles to the bottom and doesn't allow for full combustion, and that's evident in this last clip here. So what I've been doing over the past couple days is testing out hairspray, which is one of the time-tested and proven propellants for a potato cannon. And I am positive now that this is because it aerosolizes the butane and various other propellants that are in there so that the combustion happens throughout the chamber at once. And as these next couple of clips are going to show you, it really does the trick. So I'm going to be testing this out some more soon, so you can expect some more of that. Anyways, hope this is fun for you. Hope you're all doing well, and everybody, stay safe out there.
thanks everybody. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you have a great week. Stay cheerful, keep happy. And just to switch it down a notch, I just want to dedicate the end of this week's Thirsty Fun to the first dead registered nurse in Ontario. Take care, Brian.
As the shock settles, the tributes begin. A memorial outside the long-term care home where Brian Beattie worked. And inside, a salute from the staff.
She was always fun and always smiling. He had a special connection with a lot of the residents that were up at night, and he would sit with them and make them sandwiches.
Beattie is believed to be the first registered nurse in Canada to succumb to COVID-19. His family says he considered the residents he cared for as his second family and was a happy soul who loved spending time with his dogs. In a statement, his niece Amber Overholt says the family is devastated but will cherish his memory, adding, "We can all learn a lot from his dedication and we can all carry his laughter inside of us." As the death toll of caregivers in long-term care homes rises nationally, so does a demand for answers.
This was a Wonderful Cat production, 2020.